Good morning, Azeroth. It is the 3rd of December 2024. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. Today we'll be going through all our different alts, leveling up different professions to hit those weekly quests and just investigating what's on offer. Without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well today. It's a little nippy. Wrap yourselves up warm, keep yourselves hydrated. You've got this. Right, we'll be starting with our warrior for their leather working and skinning. Right, where on earth is the skinning station? I want to do leather worker first, just because
the coreway must be protected.
Skins are the ones that I have the least amount of. Alright, what have we got to work with? We need to hit level 25 to get to the point of actually changing stuff. And getting into the specializations. Unlock some transmog as we go. And a lot of stuff that our enchanter will be able to disenchant, which we'll do at the end.
It's too far away.
Ooh. Actually wear this one. We'll just be gently going through, having more of a chill stream. Crafting all the different bits and bobs. Only have the one. Hit the skinning accessory. Individual little bits of hide, mail and leather. And I think to hit the weekly we need to get to level 50, I believe. Which is hopefully doable. Ah, now he can specialize. Have a look at the tree. So this one is specifically when using concentration and making the individual pieces better, more resourceful, so we're using less stuff. Less interested by that one. This is the leather crafting, so in a similar way to what we were looking at on us blacksmith, this is all the different pieces. This is kind of where we're going if we want transmog. Same again, but mail armor. And then what's this one? Crafting items beyond that of armor. Ingenuity, more specialized stuff. Finishing kits. Not skill when crafting. That one seems to do two specific different stuff. Bulwarks make it sound like shields, but it's probably just two specific chest pieces. That's a different armor as well from the Nerubians. The weapon grip. I think we start with the mail. And we just go through to unlock each piece, as I would do on my main and their blacksmithing. And the different types of hide. Whoa. Pricey. I'm going to grab some more gold out of the bank. Hoping I have enough for each of the different professions. I think we'll be fine.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable. Return and
Should have a lot more here. Oh, this is all the different armor that could be specifically skinned off. So we haven't found any of this. Oh no. As you can see, we're starting to run out of options, which means we'll have to go and do a bit of skinning. Okay. We hit 32, which I assume is not enough for the work order. But we might be able to pick up the quest where... Wrong one. We can get a little bag of goodies. Aye, that we can.
what is your command?
My directive has been fulfilled.
Take the level working bag,
The
please.
Titans will return. Be ready.
It's a decent amount. Keep us going a little bit longer. I still don't think just doing that little intro quest unlocks the... Oh, no, there we go. Maybe it's not 50.
The winds guide you.
Okay.
Winds be at your back.
Am I getting XP from crafting stuff, by the way? Didn't even notice. If it's just 25, I think then it's worth going and doing the gathering. I thought I'd only get enough to do crafting professions, but if I can go and do some of the other stuff too, that'd be nice. I want the leather working one. Let's say, hang on. We are getting bits of XP, there we are. Into the wall
I
bank.
have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
My enchanter can learn all the different
My
visuals for him. Oh, missed one.
My directive
Morning,
is
Mac.
to serve you.
Hope you're doing well today.
My thanks.
Alright, before I try and do the orders, we definitely have to go and try and do some skinning. I think I head to Ashkaher. Hey, soon we can skin Nerubians? That kind of feels a bit strange given we've got some as friends. I can bundle it up with world quests, that'd go alright as well. Can I access them until I pick my packed thing? Hang on.
The weave has delivered a customer. Felix Cottage.
Do the weaver
You are appreciated.
for the crafting.
Interested in the unusual? Do return
Ding.
again.
Oh, I can hero talent on the warrior. Mountain fame. Fierce fighters that live to challenge themselves against their opponents, drawing strength from the earth and the power of the storm. Thunder stuff. A slayer. Vicious warrior sets the sight on target and pursues it relentlessly with overwhelming force. That's execute stuff. And blade storm. And this one is thunderclap and hit folks with lightning bolts. Well, it'll be the lightning one for me. No. Can I skin Koibis? I don't know, it's going to be an experiment trying to find out. Again, I only need to hit like 25 skill in skinning. Oh, hang on.
Do not dally.
I think my main left a... skinning knife. Yes, there we go. Any leather working stuff here? Dragon Isles one. Okay, that's leather working as well. New recipes eventually. Okay. Get the knife. Learn that one because we might as well.
I'm out of range.
Trying to remember how to play Fury Warrior. Okay, cannot skin Koibis. Moving on. Hang on, that one's Nerubians and that one is a ride one. Let's try the Nerubians. Oh, I can actually try that on any Nerubian I find. Ideally one that isn't packed all together. And I started doing this process in Dragonflight just so I'd have each alt able to craft stuff. So eventually it could all become self-sufficient. But the fact I had to keep running back to the bank repeatedly did my head in. I cannot skin Nerubians. Oh no. Where's that chitting come from then? We'll just get rid of this one.
Get closer.
Warrior still feels as amusing as ever. Imagine then the bugs lower down towards the farm down here are probably the way to go. And I'm not looking to speed level my characters here. This is literally in the name of professions. But like with Dragonflight for skinning and leatherworking, there are so many special hides about, and not knowing where they all come from. I think that will be the hardest part of getting what I need for skinning and leatherworking, but we'll see what the crafting orders get me. It's just gonna... It's the gathering profession that I haven't done much on my other alts because they're all just herbing and minelism. Minelism? Herbing and mining. It's easier.
Make excellent attack beasts. It's too far away.
I had hoped all our waxwork
Take one with you. Show it the
had given me a little bit more. But did get our skill up to the weekly point.
You may yet make warriors out of worms.
Ah, you can be skinned. Okay, and that has the chit in there.
Indeed.
That weapon any good? Better than one. Okay, so I'm probably looking at the creatures around here then. Like the snail. Just there was a label that said, like, you can skin this. Cannot skin the snail. Oh no. What's flying things? That's like the stingrays outside of Dornagol. I was just trying to find the carapace, like off the world quest one we just did. Yes, there's the wax quest. These little things. Surely these are skinnable. Aha! And the goal is mainly to not have to use the auction house necessarily. I think for anything that requires herbalism or mining, we're going to be fine. I think skinning might be the only one that's a bit of a problem in that regard. See when we level it up if any of the specialations can help me accrue more, or if there's a fancy one.
Closer.
In Dragonflight you could lay out bait,
I'm out of range.
which I enjoyed doing. Get miscellaneously elusive creatures, that was it.
I can't loot that.
And it shows, it's fine, Wolf.
I don't have a target. I need to get closer.
There's a lot of that in the warrior. I need to get closer. I need more rage. Just yelling at you the whole time. Okay, so this is clearly where I need to go to get all this gloom shit in. The rams and stuff were mineable, so I don't think they'll be what I'm after for skinning.
I need to get
It'll
closer.
be the, say, the stingrays outside of Dornagol, potentially. Maybe some of the birds.
I need to target something first.
I got a load from that initial pack I picked up, so it's hard to say how much I'm going to need. And no point in hitting the ones that are already under attack, because I can't skin those.
It's too far away.
Probably should have made my druid a skinner, so I had another level of income for them. It's laziness on my part.
I need a target. I'm out of range.
I'm sure, like in Dragonflight, from what I saw, there'll be places that are considered like this is the best skinning spot for this type of enemy to get this type of lever, etc., etc. Oh, nope, sorry, Snail. Didn't even mean to add you into this mess.
Far away.
Yell at everything and it dies. Okay, that's 26. I don't want to wait till I get a specialization unlocked. Clear these two. I think that's a chunk of the chain. It's not loads. It's like 25 to make each individual piece. Oh. Knowledge. Oh, I can learn one. That didn't pop up. Okay, so that's general skinning techniques, gathering, pairing, and storing. Propaganda. Learn to sharpen your knife. Guarantee a hide or carapace from the next creature you skin. Better quality. Another charge of sharpened knife, more refining. And a third charge. Then we can concentrate on the chitin. Let's just refine it. Or the lever to refine that. Harvesting. Or deftness and finesse, so just getting more. You have a chance while skinning to find bizarrely shaped stomachs. Oh, that's just like bonus loot. Rare materials. That one might be useful. It's just perception overall, though. A little dull. Probably the most lucrative. Learn to carve meat on a long cooldown. Guarantees some meat from the next creature you skin. I'm not necessarily worried about that one early on. And a fishing friend. Huh. That's just making lures for fishing. Interesting that that's kind of put into skinning. You don't really skin the fish, do you? And then luring's the specialized bait to get specific creatures. I kind of want that, but I also just need more skin. It's the cooldown of it. Then elite creatures. The supreme lure. You can summon rare creatures hiding in specific places. Again, how would I figure that out without Googling it, I wonder? And the other one, infusing the materials on our lures specifically. Harvesting in general is probably the way to go. Just getting more stuff is kind of what we need early on. Not sure I'd like to do the fancy lures. We can get to that eventually. What was the one that said sharpened knife? That's in tanning, isn't it? That's quality and getting the rarer stuff. I think I just need bulk more than anything right now, so we'll deal with that one first. Oh no, my Hearthstone is set to Valdrakken. Mistakes have been made! Sorry, we'll take the portal from the Weaver's place. I need to make sure I check that on the other alts as we go. Oh, while I'm here, I should check the renown vendor.
Only the finest for you.
Okay, I can buy them even without being the requisite level. There's skinning ones here. Does that mean I should stop by Merildar at some point as well and try and get the renown recipes? It's not even the recipes, it's the question knowledge, isn't it? Let me go and carve a couple more things out here. We go by Rambleshire, there's all those stingrays. We can get this rare as well. You're made of fur, you'll have it. There we go. Okay, fighting that got me 3 bits of the Thunderous Hides. That helps a lot. I assume that's not just because it was one of the horned ones. I assume that's because it was a rare. And these give me a load of that regular level. I say a load. It's a little bit at a time. I get my skinning up to 50 and then we head back to see and get my level working up a little more, or at the very least have enough recipes learned and enough stuff gathered in order to do some work orders. Sheep were mined as well. We'll check the sheep while I'm here. Pretty sure the fact that we mined it though might not let it be skinned. No. Well, now I know for sure.
That would be stealing.
It wouldn't. And for the miners and level work, not level workers, the miners and herbalists, I don't necessarily feel the need to run out and get their weeklies going. Got a lot else to do first. Depends how long it takes me to get through all the others. Miss? Oh dear. I like the fact that I'm just randomly calling lightning bolts down. That feels pretty good. 44. Ooh. More knowledge. And I want to do the weekly quest handing because then that opens up the catch up, I believe, on a week. Want to be doing that first. I still wanted to hit a baseline of 50. Sorry, sheep. It's nice just to jump back around on my ult, so I won't be fighting on all of them, but changes it up. How many is that? 47? Another pack or so. And they've respawned. Very good. Come here.
I need to get closer.
Okay. Right, that puts me up to 50. Ow. Should now have the weekly skinning one. Hopefully I have the materials necessary. There we go. Bottled Storm and Burning Cinderbee Sete. Well, these I have some of, luckily. Take that. And then 3 crafting orders. Auditor Balwas. Where is that person?
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
Is someone in this room? No? You'll check in with the renowned person first, see if there's all I can buy there. Ah, yes, it was you.
My directive is to serve you.
Where's 50? Chanting, tailoring.
My
Tailoring.
thanks for your patronage.
Which one has the skinning and leather working then? Seems there's nothing else. I need to get my skill up first to get those done, but What ones can I make? Craft this one. That gives me one bit. Sure. There we go. It's 2 knowledge. Oh, and they're going to provide the leather. That's very nice. I need to look for those. I thought they asked the leather worker to provide the flowers. Interesting which ones are actually providing me material and which ones aren't. You do one more. There we go. Okay, where are our shoulder pads? It's always where we go first.
I've been expecting you.
There we go. That's starting on our level working. Lovely. Alright. We'll jump over to the next hole. And we'll save enchanting till the end. Alchemy on our Orc Shaman. We have plenty of herbs. Wait, would you? Get out of it. Right, so I need to get my alchemy up to about 25, then I can go get the weeklies. Form a risky experiment with 20 herbs of your choosing, potentially discovering a new recipe in the process. Still have undiscovered recipes to learn from this experimentation. Let's start with the first craft of some healing potions. Specific vials from jewel crafters now. I've got the most of loads of mushrooms. Oh, I need Corway catalysts. Acquired as a byproduct from reclaiming excess concoctions. Okay.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Oh, that's not cheap. Just getting like 30 of those.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
Okay, then that gives me that one. Lets me do this reclamation process. Wonder if it explodes like in Dragonflight. No, I don't need it to scream at people. I've discovered a new recipe. Am I gonna have to jump over to my jewel crafter just to craft these vials?
Speak and be heard.
You only have 2 recipes, one there and one at level 25.
Order. We must remember both.
I'll craft that once. neutralize. Use some healing potions then to bump it up to 25. Swap to mana. Make sure we're guaranteeing skill. Okay. That lets me specialize. What can we do? Master your ability to experiment with the various flora found in Kazalgar. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Because that's how we uncover new recipes, right? Sub-specialization. Learn to craft a harmonious horticulture. Formulated. It'd be really nice if when you hovered this and it says learn to craft this thing, it told you what this thing was. Okay. Use chance to discover recipes that use this herb. So this is using the specific herbs to find specific recipes for them. That seems so specific. That's the art of flasks and file crafting using techniques. As Alcar. Craft an additional soulbound flask per day. Aldrins, multi-skill, and gain spillover from them. What does it all mean? Whenever you consume a flask or vial, you have a chance to retain the empty vial. Oh, just a chance to not shatter the vial. That's a bit silly. It's like you make them... It feels like, how would you be able to sell or at least compete on the auction house if you didn't have all this leveled out? Unless these bonuses are only for the alchemist in question. That's a cauldron. What's this one? Stacking spillover for more bonus stats. And that's for flasks, not vials. Okay. Potent potions. Craft additional soulbound conjured potions. Learn to craft a potions cauldron. So it's similar to the last one we looked at, but specifically for potions. Keep the vial. Make a cauldron. I don't even know what a cauldron is. Spill over again. Thaumaturgy. Transmuting materials into other substances. Gain bonus immunity from performing acts of thaumaturgy and transmutations. Additional resources. And create more of those catalysts. Allows me to attempt to perform acts of thaumaturgy. Okay. I don't know what an act of thaumaturgy is, other than turning one material into another. Empower a philosopher's stone. I don't know what that is either. You're not being clear about this game. Transmutations now grant gleaming transmutations. Bonus gleaming. Okay, these are just different ways to transmute things. Even all the weird bonus materials we've picked up on those various alts, this might be the way to go to help increase skill quickly. We'll try it. Whatever an act of thaumaturgy is. Ooh! I need... Philosopher's Stone. From a miracle of 20 materials, the technique may yield discoveries but is highly destructive. How do I get a Philosopher's Stone then? It says yours as if to say I'm the one who makes them. It's not going to be in older ones, is it? Oh, wait. Surely, that's not telling me I need to go and make a classic Philosopher's Stone, right? That seems odd. Gary Alchemist Stone. That says it can be used in place of one. That's Dragon Isles. Oh, yep, now it's just getting confusing. I knew this would happen. I just didn't think it would happen so quickly. Again, it can't be that. That feels crazy, right? Trainer, can you not?
Interrupted.
Well, that's not a stone. Grinkia, do you just sell a stone? No? Hmm. Am I already going to have to go to the bloody auction house and see if I can find one of these? And I always try and consider this as if I was a new player coming to that and trying to understand it. Even as a returning player, I have no bloody idea.
To be reasonable.
Nope, I need to be more specific. Except I can't spell. That's the classic one. Wait, that's it? Just the recipe for it? Not actually how to make one? Or not actually one that's already here? Alright, hang on. Professions, equipment, alchemy. Hats, mixing rods, hats, robes, mixing robes. Right, we're going to Google. God damn it. Wow, war within Philosopher's Stone. I don't want to go and spend a load of potential gold on classic materials to build that if I don't actually need it. War within. Philosopher's Stone. Wait, people are actually saying to go back and make one of these? That's wild. Why on earth would they make it so you have to go back and get one? That's so wild to me. That's crazy.
Return and
Like, that's so unintuitive.
worry again.
Right, well, how rare are these materials going to be then?
My directive is to serve you.
Iron bar. Okay, that's alright. We buy 4 of those. Black vitriol. Okay. 80 silver, that's okay. I'm just waiting for one of these to be like 10,000 gold. Purple lotus. I'm glad I had this recipe already learned. 45 gold apiece. So a little more, but it's not too bad. And some fire blue. Also not too bad.
My thanks
Okay.
for your patronage.
Right. Now, we go make a Philosopher's Stone. And I guess I just keep that on me for eternity. Yeah, so now it works. That's so crazy. Right, before I just start, I should do at least one of these actually. Oh, we can pick pretty much anything. Wow. We've got the most of these mushrooms. Let's transmute some mushrooms. Ominous transmutagen. Give her one. It's a multi-craft thing. We'll first craft that. Might as well do another experimentation while that's there. Ah! Oh, my careful one with 10 herbs. Okay, so that exploded me. There doesn't seem to be a debuff like there was in Dragonflight that stops me doing it for another hour, or however long it was. Okay. More to learn. Let's go pick up the weekly. I kind of like that they've still, even if it doesn't have an active way of ruining you, you still get the explosion, because it's just a nice little bit of role-playing silliness. We'll probably pick the leather-working satchel again, because we have the least of those. Yep, there you go, we check that. You can give us a satchel.
Return if you wish to speak again.
Go see the alchemist. Then we come back here again. Pick button.
What is your command?
May the title
There you go. And that should unlock the weekly. Do alchemists get? Yes, they do.
You wish to speak?
Crafting orders.
Walk with the earth.
Hope there's some I can do. If learning recipes is just from the experimenting, it might be difficult just to randomly be able to do a load of crafting orders. I only have to do 2, though. Okay, well, I can't do any of the flasks, but I can do a healing potion and a mana potion. I need to get my jewel crafter just to craft a load of these vials. Okay, they're not providing anything. Is the other one providing them? No. The healing one, that's security. I'd rather go for the knowledge. Need to concentrate. And again. There we go. That's the weekly at least. Didn't take too long.
How may I aid you?
Gives me some more skill. Angry Fell Reaver noise. Okay, and if I want the Herbalism Weekly, I'd have to go and knock them in. I think we've got enough, though. That I just want to go and dump the levers into the war bank.
I have an extended supply
Keep the
of
alchemical
goods
stuff for me.
Outlanders.
That's neutral. That's specific for alchemy, so I keep that on me.
My directive is
Okay. That's a very strong transmog in terms of just shine. Slap him back in here for the next week then. Little alchemist hat from Dragonflight. I do still need to make crafting gear for everything else. Okay. My Death Knight. It's engineering and mining. Now, engineering looked like you had to go and find a load of nuts and bolts about the place to actually be able to level it at all. I think I've picked some of those up. I didn't check if my shaman had his halfstone set here. A mistake. Turns me to central encampment. That doesn't sound right. Let me in. Make home, please.
My directive is to serve you.
Thank you. Okay, so what was it? It was these through scrap. A pile of rusted scraps. Found by engineers across Kazalgar, and it binds when picked up. Oh no. Okay. Where on earth do I find pile of rusted scrap? Again, if I was just leveling my character and I had come and I had picked this up, you know, here in Dornegal as we got started, then I'd discover it as we go, but focusing on professions the way I'm kind of going back to them, that makes it a little more difficult. Pile of rusted scrap. Let's have a look. Kobolds often do. Mining nodes and random kills, says Mac in the chat. Oh no. Why is it in mining nodes? I mean, fair enough. I'm glad she's got mining as a secondary one. How much am I going to need?
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable. My directive has been
I think on another week I go and get all the knowledge for them, or I do that on the weekend, because that's just logging into each character, running up to the different vendors and buying it, if applicable. Kobolds. Where's a big chunk of kobolds? Could be in delves, but that seems It might take a bit and isn't guaranteed either. Oh no, Mark, don't say that to me. We'll be here for an hour. The waterworks. That's why there's a lot of them, and we've got a bonus quest here. We can try. Oh god, that means I gotta start doing some mining as well. Maybe this was all a mistake. How do I play Frost Death Knight? Hang on. Wait. Remorseless Winter. Do those. Make the runes go down. Then make the blue bar go down. It was that rotation, I remember. The change to Frost Scythe is really cool. How it now feels like a more interesting ability. It begins. Curses. So is it just a... It's not guaranteed because I've got mining. It's just it's going to happen as we go randomly. Is that my Dragonflight one? It is. Give me the Kazalgar one. Thank you. I guess I start fighting kobolds. Welcome to the Ice Age.
I need a target.
This doesn't bode well. This doesn't bode well at all. And again, if it's something that binds on pickup, then there's no getting around it with the auction house. It's not fast by any means. Oh no. I want to just get my skill up to level 25. Oh, look. Handsome. I need 5 scrap a time. And as long as I can start crafting some stuff... We'll give it a bit of time. Right, swap over. This seems like the one that's going to take the longest, actually. Might be worth jumping over to the others first. I mean, that gave me 6. Okay, hang on. Now I can invent, which requires more. Oh, that's what? Where do I find a junk bucket? Do I have to build a junk bucket? Where's junk bucket? I'm gonna guess that junk bucket, because it's white, is something I buy from a vendor. At least that's something. I like the idea of inventing stuff. Like, that's pretty cool. You're trying to think up recipes and ideas yourself. But if I have to just farm huge amounts of scrap. Found a prototype from a defective escape pod. Urgently seek shelter inside a pod. You won't get very far, but at least you're safe. That's what I liked when they started doing it in Dragonflight. You had some really weird and wonderful recipes, and there were some really cool toys. How's this work? Escape pod. Nice. And that learnt the recipe, which adds it as a toy. When you say wouldn't get very far, game, you meant literally nowhere. Well, at least this seems like a good spot for hitting kobolds. You can buy some scrap from vendors, but not much. Hey, boy. Alright. This is going to be a whole ordeal on engineering. This must be a nightmare. Maybe not as bad as I'm thinking overall. Again, if this was my main, and we were doing it as we were leveling, it would be way less of an issue, because it would just be happening organically, you know? Right, you lot over here. Seems like you might have the... Do you have the engineering stuff I need? You do, but I have no acuity because I can't do the weekly yet. That's the other problem. I need to get to like skill 25 to unlock the weeklies, right? So I can't grab that immediately.
Let's see what you have earned.
You can buy the gilded titles here. Oh, jewel crafters can also craft... Okay, I panicked on the alchemist for a moment. You're joking, Mac. You're joking. Not those scumbag nodes. I don't have to go and look for them. I've been avoiding them. So... Oh... Yeah.
Purchase
Oh.
something.
Okay. You've got... You sell the junk buckets. I'm just going to buy... I don't know, 50 junk buckets. Give me that scrap. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. I don't want to level engineering like this at all. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, I can make a gear at a workbench. This is all stuff. This is progress. Some miscellaneous vendors like the blacksmith here just sometimes have a little bit. This is crazy. Okay, we're going to come back to engineer. Do you know, we're going to come back to engineer. We're going to investigate the others first and see how crazy that is. My God. Are you an engineer yourself then, Mac, when you're playing? Or is that just one of the professions kind of on your list, as it were? What's have I got? You're skinning mining. Okay. Mine enchanter and mining. Mining and jewel crafting. Tailoring and scripting. Go to the jewel crafter. On my Draenei here. I see. So you have experienced all this pain for... I appreciate you sharing your wisdom then. Because my gods. What unspent talent point? Sure. Okay. Luckily, for this one, we already have a load of stuff. So all I need to do is get this to level 25.
Work cycle interrupted.
Fair enough. Feels like for engineering that must still take a while though, if these are what you're kind of having to deal with. I need a handful of pebbles. Okay. Let's start prospecting. I just keep going until I find my pebbles. Okay, is bismuth only getting me amber? Feels like it's specific for each one. Make 2 or 3 of them at a time. Which then lets me do some of these. Quick amber and a deadly amber. These aren't going to sell on the goddamn auction house, are they? They're garbage ones. You did get a lot of scrap from random chests, and you think piles of dirt. Ah, so if we wax with our engineer, we may find the answer. Let's craft that one. Recraft equipment. And recraft previously crafted equipment to change its optional reagents or attempt to raise its quality. Okay.
The coreway must be protected.
Oh, stuff. Oh, goodbye all my gold.
May rook nor ram take you far.
That's given me loads of stuff. Oh, crushed gems. How many do I need? 3 of them. So if I made 3 more of the deadly and the crushed, I'd be able to break them down, but I need more gem cutters. And they all need bismuth as well. Oh, I'm going to go through my resources way quicker than I was hoping. Start doing some iron claw then. Okay, it gives me purple and red. Oh, iron claw seems to just give way more than the bismuth ones. Or at least a variety. Until I thought we'd gathered up a huge amount of resources. More of those. Okay. Make 5 gem cutters. Okay. Then I do 3 of each, because then I can cut them down again. Oh. Before I specialize, I want to make sure I do this correctly. Okay, then 2 of that one. Two of that one. Okay, and that lets me crush them all. Let's have a look at the specializations for jewel crafting. Gem cutting. Specialize in the cutting and polishing of specific gemstones. Finishing reagents, finishing charge. Additional skill while cutting gems. And create prisms which contain uncut gems. Oh boy. Okay. Man, if you can really specialize. I just wish so much of this stuff wasn't tied to like player power crafting. It's what I'm hoping housing does for the game. Give me like, instead of expansion specific specializations, give me, I want to make fancy gilded mirrors. You know, stuff that's evergreen, because all of this stuff after this expansion, it won't matter. It's gone. What's the point of crafting it anymore? Like, at least for stuff like blacksmithing and leatherworking, you can be like, well, I want to get the transmog. But for the rest of this all becomes useless. When the focus is on evergreen content, right? I feel like this kind of flies in the face of their own design ethics going forward. Okay, like the dragon hordes, these ones create hordes of the specific gems. Alright, what's the other one? Jewelry crafting, that's rings and necklaces. Customize it. Accessories. Resourcefulness. Finishing material, like the finishing stuff, I don't give a damn toss about. What's this one? The resourcefulness when crafting. That's finishing rate. The site doesn't teach me new recipes, it just makes it doing better. Makes doing it better, pardon me. Okay, that's a ring. Finishing stuff, bonus stuff. Enchanted crests when crafting rings to improve their power. So that's 2 things that are somewhat interesting. And amulets, that's make an amulet. And then the bonus stuff. Then enchanting it. Shaping then. Improving the practice of extracting jewel crafting reagents in a usable state and utilizing them especially. This might be what I need most. Or optional reagents. Ugh. Additional skill and resourcefulness when creating stuff. And improve my ability to find gems and reagents while prospecting. This is probably the way to go, because this is what we'll be doing the most of up front. A finishing thing. Garbage. Masonry. Improve your ability to craft stone-based reagents. So what, like my cutting material? Teaches you the recipe for a prismatic null stone optional. Nope. Glasswork. Same again, but for glass. Gem finding. Ah, this is probably the one we want. Improves your ability to extract gems from various sources. Gain +1 skill at crushing per point in here. You have a small chance to receive additional reagents from prospecting. Okay, this is where we'll be going. Chance to uncover crushed gemstones of an equivalent quality to the ore you prospect. Ooh. You have the chance to uncover an ambivalent amber as an additional byproduct. Okay, and then down from there, this is now trying to find bonus gems. Again, this is definitely the tree to start with for me. We get the middle one, fill out gem finding, and then go through the different gems.
Speak and be heard.
I need to go get more money out of the bank. Oh, beautiful hunter order hall mount. Love this fella. Little wolf wyvern. It's fantastic. If you're a hunter, you should have this mount. It's great. As we saw with the mage, it's not too difficult to get the legion mounts. This is the auction house. I want to gain money, not spend money. Come on, Larker. Poor hunter pets. So neglected. So unfed. I like that melee hunter exists in the modern game, though. That's nice.
For outlanders.
I didn't check engineering for any of these. That's jewel crafting, so we can take that one. That's also jewel crafting. That's inscription. That's inscription. That is also inscription, and these are all enchanting. That's a tailoring one. Well, at least there was nothing for the engineering here. Need some funds, please. Casually empty out the pitiful amounts of gold I have. Learn this recipe. Fractured gemstone locket. When you contact, gain a dormant gemstone per socketed gem. Whenever you heal an ally, power them with a gemstone. Interesting. At least that's fascinating gear. I imagine it'd be replaced by people in the high end. That's why I love the profession's equipment. It gets so silly. For jewel crafters, it's a lot, and I like it. A blasphemite. You think of all the meetings and people trying to come up with all the different names for stuff. Must be a nightmare. Alright, so now we should be able to go and pick up at least get this one out of the way.
Titan's bedrock and foundation.
God damn it. Talk to this guy, then it'll send us out to the station again.
I have an extended supply.
Again, at least it leads players in the right direction. I'll go with level working again, just because that's what we've got the least of. I'll put those in the wall bank shortly. Inscription, where am I going? Hang on. There we go. I'll get used to the locations of them all in time.
I need to get closer.
Let's use the bench.
We
And
are the
Makia says,
Titan
well
bedrock
done, you clicked the bench.
Foundation.
And I should be able to fly back. And the weekly should be available. Ah. Seen a lot of my characters, Kayla.
May the
Mount. Question is, will I be able to fulfill these jewel crafting orders? Okay, haven't crafted this one yet. We just need some crushed gemstone. Whoa. I can do this one, because I have all the stuff, and they're going to provide harder things, but only gives me a cruelty. That requires crushed gemstones, as does that one. That requires more pebbles. That's more cruelty. Okay, so first thing I need to do is crush some gems. I'll do of the crafted ones I did. I don't like that crushing a gem requires ore. I'd like that to be explained to me. We're crushing gems into dust. Why on earth does that require ore to accomplish? Just in a physical world sense, I don't get. Okay, there's some crushed gemstones. Which ones of these give knowledge? This one gives knowledge. Concentrate to bump it up. There we go. Can you do that one? Security. That's 2 knowledge. You can do this one. Complete that. Oh, I only had to do 2. Thank goodness. Because I'm about after crush out of the crush stuff until we do more. Okay, at least it's not as harrowing as engineering. I feel like I could get... I like the idea of all of that ore that we've been gathering on different characters, just crushing it down into nothing. More knowledge. Okay. Oh.
How may I aid you? Ancestors watch over.
And again, there's no need for me to go and do the mining weekly for this one yet. I've got enough characters mining and herbalisming. It's hard to say that shit.
Choose wisely.
Oh. Are these all of the plans from different, from the different renown vendors, or are these separate just with the consortium? I didn't even check this on my other characters. I haven't even checked this on my main. Hang on a goddamn minute. Alright, come here. Surely I've gone and bought this stuff on my main. I also need to grab what I think was another blacksmithing recipe that ended up in the war bank.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Where were you? Yes, there we go. Some pauldrons. And some greaves. Now, I've already done the weeklies on Barrow here. I did them when we were doing our delves at the start of the week, and I'll do so again tomorrow. What we got here? Some base level PvP pauldrons. Again, when honor gear is so easy to get, they seem a little redundant, but I suppose you could scale them up to like conquest level. That's pretty good, but again, because these are soulbound, it makes sorting it out for alts just more frustrating than it has to be. I wish, like the fractured sparks and stuff like these heraldry marks, I wish they weren't bound for characters. I wish they were for my warband. I wish I could send them about my characters. I don't see why that shouldn't be the case.
I have one of a kind.
Oh boy. How much security do I have? 915. can make a fist weapon. Wait, before I pick up the fist weapon, need to do the knowledge first. Man, I do not have much of it. I can get all 3 blacksmithing ones.
Stay the course.
Which gives me a little bit back. Oh, it requires all 30. Okay. Again, like with anything, it's just learning the transmogs. Charged harbouring. Fancy earthen axe. My biggest peeve with these, I think back to later expansions, and I don't know how it is with Dragonflight. How easy is it to get these sparks when an expansion's over? You know, I haven't tried to go back and go through all the Dragonflight ones, for God's sake. Like, it's a lot to consider. Right, at least I know I've gone and bought some of those now. Okay, I have my tailor and inscriptor next. Now luckily cloth's just kind of been turning up a bit, so I'm hoping that's okay. And inscription's using all the herbalism stuff, so I'm also hopeful that that's fine. You have not set your into here either.
Do you have a query?
Okay. Like my overalls, I got them to Kazalgar, picked up the recipe, or rather the Kazalgar version of the profession. Didn't do anything else from there. It just got them all set up, for lack of a better term. Okay, so let's do inscription first then. Just need to get it up to level 25. What can we do? We can mill some herbs. And that does get me skill up.
The
How much do I need?
must be
10, then 15, 20, 25. Okay.
May the Titans carve your path.
So we go for our most done mushrooms and start going. Yep, twizzle it. Man, this happens quickly. Whoa, okay, okay. Why is that so fast compared to some of the others? Let me do a little bit of the other ones. Yeah, just to get some different pigment. You can do it for fish. Scriptors are crazy. They're just meshing everything in mortar and petals. Mortar and pestles. That's the word. Okay. A load of different pigments. I remember this from Dragonflight. I remember getting quite confused. There was a lot of them. Oh, I need to do like one more. There we go. That was easy. Right, let me learn the recipes before I consider specialization. $35 and $50.
The Titans will return. Be ready.
Okay, so now I can do the different inks. We have to buy distilled fresh water from
My directive is to serve
you. How much will 1,000 set me back? It's not all. Get another 1,000.
My thanks
Okay.
for your patronage.
And that lets me start crafting the... Oh. I need a Virtuoso inking set. Is this going to be like the goddamn stone for alchemists? You didn't sell this inking set, did you? Oh, you did. Thank God. I must have just realised that was in my bag and sold it as trash at some point when I was cleaning up at the end of Dragonflight. Whew. Those gilded vials are actually not cheap from vendors, so jewel crafters being able to make those is probably pretty useful.
Return and peruse my inventory
Okay.
again.
Let's have a glance through before I look at the other stuff. Find piece of Arator's sphere. That's taking specific herbs and making something else. You can make staffs and offhands. That's an odd looking torch. That looks less like a torch and more like you're setting dynamite. So we got the missives. Ah, the optional stuff. I imagine that does well in the auction house. A rolling pin! Oh, well, we need that to send over to my main. Yeah, these, the other crafting stuff, I then have to have my characters make these to send them to all the other characters. I wasn't paying attention when I did that on the level worker. And the quills for me. Should probably just make that for myself straight away before I do anything else. At least we got some ink from our various grabby piles and wax business. There we go. Quill for me. Oh, before I go and do that, I need to find the cloth station. Potions. Tailoring. Where is tailoring? Ah, here we go. And that's 525. Okay. We start by unraveling. I have bits of weaver cloth. Never even seen any of the others. Oh, and there go the spools. Okay. Spun from the wool of dawn sheep. Sold by tailoring vendors. Not too bad, I'll buy another 100 of those. Different dyes, fancy ribbons. Okay, we bear that in mind. Get some cuffs. Greater bandage for the first craft. A couple of bolts. There we go. Then we make some slippers. Actually, both of these then she'll be able to equip herself at some point. Might as well keep them. Don't need to disenchant everything I make. Two and three. Okay. That gives me a cloth robe. I like that I'm getting XP. Like, that helps a lot. That makes me feel like you could, in theory, just very slowly level characters through doing fashion stuff. All 71. Okay, and then slippers give me 2 at a time, so we'll create 2 more slippers. And these ones can be disenchanted. Then a belt. I need some ribbons for. I'll buy up 100 ribbons, sure. Stuff that you need NPCs to get for you seem a little odd. Create one more of those to hit 25. That unlocks the specialization and the weeklies, and a load of these. Yum. And there goes all the money. Dear, oh dear. I mean, just crying in the corner as all the alts come through, starting to do profession work.
Goods for outlanders.
Take all of that gold.
My directive
Oh, I can make bags. That's important. I haven't gone and done any bag buying on my main because I knew this point would come. Like, we would get to a point where my tailor would be able to make the bags for everyone. Four slot bags. How many does... Oh, it requires exquisite. Exquisite bolt. It requires storm dust, which is from enchanters. Oh, it's a good job we'll be getting onto them next. Alright, let's have a look at the specializations before I go and do the weeklies. 4 of them here. Threads of Devotion. Specialize in crafting a broad range of equipment necessary for your adventures in Khazalgar. I can consecrate my cloth into powerful equipment. Gain skill, ascend consecrated equipment, and add finishing stuff. This seems like a bonus bit of fancy. Ah. This is your whole cloth set, right? Yep. There's your shoulders, there's your leg. Okay, so that's just the full cloth set. That is the main bit of transmog. From dusk till dawn, specialize in the energy imbibed in threads to make powerful cloth gear and reagents. Okay. Dusk weave and dawn weave bolts more frequently each day. That's another daily lockout thing. Oh boy. Dawnweave Regent bag. Duskweave bag. Again, I wish it told me here on this screen how much that would give me. Like, what is a Dawnweave bag? You know? And I need both of these to be able to gather those bolts myself. Christ, okay. Seems like that's pretty necessary. That's making it better. How about quality fabric? Specialize in the technique necessary to become an expert at unraveling various pieces of cloth, moving it into bolts, embroidering various items. Okay, this is making it a better quality. And cloth can drop at higher levels. I know in dungeons, and I knew it for follower dungeons for this character, there were some of the Ashkahet dungeons that just have like an Erubium corpse that's like, hey, if you're a tailor, you can gather a load of stuff from this. Resourcefulness. Okay, so this is just getting more thread and specific bonus threads. And then improve the fundamentals of tailoring and become more efficient at crafting all kinds. Increases cloth found, the effectiveness of resourcefulness, effectiveness of ingenuity, and multi-crafting. I like the idea of finding more cloth, but that would require more active playing on the tailor rather than just picking bits up. And I think getting the specific cloth on From Dusk Till Dawn here is going to be more useful when I am playing her on occasion. I'm going to start here and aim to try and get these two. Because yeah, we will unlock the others at some point. Okay. Wild. And then I need that to go up all the way at 30 to learn the other one. Okay. What about inscription then? Master the fundamentals of inscription, improving your ability to craft in general. Okay, that's the treatises. Knowledge from them. That's the renown boosting stuff, right? Don't care too much about that. And these are more of the passive stuff. Okay. Suit of Perfection. Master the art of milling and crafting reagents like inks and ciphers. This is probably where we want to go. Just getting more of the stuff. Okay. It's not as interesting. Skill, that was rubbish. Seems more... Gain crafting speed for it. Oh no. It's just like getting better herbs and doing it faster. That's not quite what I'm after. It's your ability to craft new weapons and profession equipment. This might be where I go. Steal quill and perfect other perfection tools. Polish the production of equipment, save resources, craft high quality staves and offhands to be used in combat. Okay. It's infusing staves. Okay, and that's crafting new staves as well. And then that's the offhands. And then on this side... Yes, this is the profession stuff, specifically. It's just learning better versions of the one we can already make. I don't min-max that much. This isn't... It's less useful for me. Like, it's a better quill, but... It's not going to drive me mad. Archive editions. Master the creation of various inscription services and the esoteric Dark Moon cards. I like these because I don't understand them. I have a few in the bank. Every expansion, no idea what these cards do. I know sometimes they become trinkets. And you pull cards from the deck to get random cards. I just find it fascinating. Improve your understanding of the Dark Moon cards located in Kazalgar. Not the ability to add reagents to it. Learn to craft Sigil Ascension. Increases my ability to fight. I found a few while fishing, as I say. But this doesn't help me at all. Again, there's no explanation here of what all this means. And crafting's always... Especially for someone who's new to MMOs, if a new player comes in, even to like classic WoW, you know, vanilla days, crafting was like, right, that list in the side, this is where I get my recipes, and you're trying to get through it. Now it's way more overwhelming. There's more depth here for sure. But again, even as me, someone who's played the game for 20 years, this is a lot. You know, we've just run through other professions as well. To try and get a grasp of one of them truly takes a lot of time and focus. To try and do it to multiple is going to be a nightmare. I don't even know which one of these I want. I think the boring milling one's probably where to go, just so we get skill, though. It's not... Skill's like better quality, it's not more of the object we're pulling. I think I go with the new weapons, then. Because that's unlocking new transmog stuff. Oh, it just lets me straight up grab them. That's nice, at least. We want to get... Don't need to get all the way around on this one. I just need to learn the other staff, which is this baton. Oh, it's a fancy red as well. I made the right choice. Or requires the bonus stuff that I don't have yet. Whereas the inscription can make the rolling pin and the mixing rod, which means I can bob them in the wall bank for others to use. I'll do that before I forget. Just need 2 of these ciphers. Needs a little bit more ink. Oh. Sure. Of these. Then a burnt rolling pin. And the alchemist set. Slap those into the wall bank for our alts. And the rolling pin for Barrow himself. So now I should be able to pick up the weekly stuff.
Do you have a query?
Oh, we'll definitely take the tailoring satchel this time.
Resuming work cycle. What is your command?
Okay.
Order. We must remember both.
Give me some of the storm dust. Seems odd. I don't think my other characters necessarily need... Oh, my enchanter will put a load of that in the bank anyway. Click that one, swap to you. Oop. Over to the other one, then we can run back and grab the weeklies.
Speak and be heard.
You wish to speak?
Night.
Winds be at your back.
3 tailoring orders.
Ancestors watch over you.
2 inscription orders. Alright, let's see what we can get away with. I haven't changed around since I added like different hotkeys to stuff. I haven't really messed around in other classes. Another day. Okay. 2 crafting orders here. Huh. I don't think this collects the appearance for me if I craft it for them. So when do I have 10 of these boundless ciphers? Oh, they're putting those. Okay. I'm looking for stuff that gives me 2. That gives me 2. That's security. That's security. That's 2. Security. That's 2. That's 2 as well. And not as much. Okay, I think I can do all the 2s. So I need an ink, a cipher, and some fresh parchment.
My directive is to
You have the
serve
parchment, so we'll get a chunk of that.
My thanks for your patronage.
The bit of ink. What was the other? A cipher. Requires another 2 of these. Okay. Concentrate. And oh. Right, that's 1. This one's just going to require another cipher, which requires 2 more ink, which we're running lower of. I need to remember which of the plants dropped this specific pigment. I feel like once I've found the pigment once, it should probably tell me which one comes from where. Otherwise, it's going to become very difficult for me to remember them all. Right, don't have to concentrate on that one, fortunately. Oh, ding! Isn't that nice? Right, and that's just the 2 we needed. Hero talents for my Destruction Warlock. Diabolist. The defeat of the Legion left many powerful demons unbound. Diabolist command greater demons once thought to be uncontrollable and wield abyssal power from the Twisting Nether on the battlefield. Demon Fire grants a ritual. If it's average, increase the duration. When it expires, you gain Demonic Art, causing my next one of these spells to summon an Overlord, Mother of Chaos, or Pit Lord. That seems pretty intense. Makes my Incinerate an Infernal Bolt. That seems pretty cool. Okay. The thing is, my Warlock, I've got the one where I eat my minion, or, you know, sacrifice it, because I don't like having a load of minions. Again, Demonology seemed pretty cool when we were doing it on our Mechanome from Remix, but generally I like just being by myself hooking fire at things, if the Fire Mage didn't give that away. That wants me to summon Infernal. I don't even think I've taken Summon Infernal. Yeah, I'd have to actually swap into that if I wanted to go with that hero spec, because like, it's in the tree, you have to take it at that point. When you summon a pit board, it makes my next chaos bolt become Ruination, which summons a meteor. That's pretty cool. What's the other one then? Hellcaller. Amongst the Satyr sects throughout Azeroth, Hellcallers are the most feared. Hellcaller warlocks have learned to weave together the vilest of shadow magic and entropic fellfire at the cost of corrupting their own soul. Gives us a new button. Oh, it replaces Immolate. Wither. Bestows a vile malediction upon the target, burning its sinew and muscle. Doing shadow flame damage immediately and some over time. Okay. More fire. Makes it stack. I think I used that many shadow spells. This one seems all about stacking this move specifically. Malevolence. Dark magic erupts from you and corrupts your soul, causing enemies suffering from you with it to take a big amount of shadow flame damage and increase the stack by 6. While corrupted, your haste is increased. I like this thematically a lot, but Diabolist just sounds way more. I'm launching crazier and sillier fire, so I'm gonna take that. Does mean I need to swap something to be able to summon Infernal, though. Don't use Ritual of Ruin for anything, do I? No, why is that even taken? What was I doing last time on my Warlock? What's happened? I'll hit Summon Infernal. Chandium Fire, it's a fun ability. I'm trying to think of what I can change to grab this bonus. If I'm having to use the Infernal, then... we'll keep with that for now. It's not like they're going to be fighting anytime soon. There we go. It's a 2-minute cooldown, but sure, you can sit on there. Right, tailoring. Get distracted by leveling as we go. Right, what have we got? Too much that I can't do. Again, why ask me to have the disenchanting requirements for a tailor craft? Surely you'd provide the stuff that I'm less likely to have. Weird. Oh, well, won't be doing that one then. Acuity. Okay, this one's 2. Can do this one. Oh, concentration is separate. I thought it would be between all of them, but it's each individual profession. So if you take 2 crafting ones, you're not getting screwed over. That's nice. I just realised I haven't looked at the bloody trading post yet this month. I will do that tomorrow as part of gathering footage for that stream. It's 1. That's a 2, but I need the exquisite bolt. That's 1 as well. Ooh, I can make one of the bolts because I got some of that storm dust. Concentrate on this one. Then the other one was the... which one was it that gave me the 2? Is it just the one I can't do yet? Yep. Right, do one for just the 1 then. Okay, that's all the tailoring done. Again, to make the bags, it's 8 of these at a time. eventually will be more doable, but man. How many weaver cloth bolts can I make? 7 at the moment.
I
A slap.
cannot use that.
Uses up a load of this thread that we were buying from the vendor as well. Okay, that's 8 there. So we craft all those. And that lets me make 1 bag for the main. Oh. And the reagent bag. Requires another couple. And that's a lot. Okay. We're learning, we're learning. All a learning experience. Oh, hang on, I should. Which one have I got? No, it's fine.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Well, look, we're starting to poke holes in our massive collected material. Slap the bag. My main can go have a look at it. Rolling pin. Alchemy. Oh, the tailoring thing for me. Whoops. Grab these recipes as well. Okay.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
That one, then I can sell the old one.
I have calibrated.
It's a lot of
my
stuff to go
prices
through.
to be reasonable.
Need to put the other gear in there for the enchanter to deal with.
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
Okay.
My directive has been fulfilled.
Oh, I can equip all this stuff now that I made for myself. Which is all way better.
My directive is to serve you.
Well, those need to go into the war bank. Weird that it wouldn't give me stuff for my profession, I think, for some of those, but sometimes you need the other stuff. So
I
back
have
and forth,
calibrated my
Brutosaurs
prices
and
to be
yaks
reasonable.
everywhere.
My
Alright. Now we hand them in. More knowledge. Oh, we can then apply. That was easy. Another stave. And we want the offhand stuff. Which requires 30 points in this one. Ugh. Tailoring. Requires 30 points in here to get all the way around. Oh, that's just a bigger reagent bag. Good gods! It requires a load of that dawn thread and the bolts. Bet those are expensive on the auction house. Something to consider with all this. But by the time I get around to it on any of these characters, going so piecemeal between them all, it'll be time for an X-Bloody expansion. I'm just going to quickly swap over to the Alchemist to pick up the stuff I forgot about in the bank. Jump to the main. Grab that bag and the rolling pin. Stop asking me to go to Tanaris game. Done it. I've got all my bronze. I'm sorted. I liked the idea of Ice Strike becoming magic by itself. But that has just taken it off the bar. I'm going to put it back on the bar to avoid confusion for now.
My directive is to serve you.
What? Was an inscription one? Why did it say... That's fine. I'll just jump back onto her and equip it there.
My directive has been fulfilled.
Equip your mixing rod and get rid of the Dragonflight one.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
So much darting around and jumping around. That it does, loading screen. That it does. Stop. Oh, I might as well just grab it from here, for God's sake. Be lazy with it.
I cannot use that.
Dean of the damn things. Jesus. No, jump on the main to give them a bag upgrade. That'd be nice. Oh, my bag size is 36, 34, 32, 34.
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
This one is a 34, which beats one of my mains bags.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
There we go. Very nice. Bit more space. Just a wee bit. Sorry, Garib. I know we're
I
all
have
just
an
bum rushing you
extended
today.
Supply of goods for outlanders.
Right. Barrow here needs to be ready to remember to pick up the Great Vault tomorrow. Before fighting double question mark Zekfir again. Okay. Then I think we've got our enchanter to go through before going back on the engineer and crying while we try and murder some kobolds. I think I'm going to take myself a quick bio break. Where is my... I need to get this on my bar somewhere. There we go. Leaf bed. Up. There we go. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tippity type into the chat. Alright, folks. Refill your beverage, stretch your legs. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. See you soon. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. And just get wheeled in, headset back on. Jump over, try enchanting next. Oh, there we go. Right, come on, Barrett, get up. Chanter is my other, or my second paladin, rather. Done with my tree. God damn it. I don't need to worry about my tree yet. He's not going to be fighting anytime soon. What's with this bug where my titles keep needing to be reapplied every time? Very strange. Right, the enchanting station then. Which is salvaging gems. Then we can enchant some stuff. Does disenchanting actually give me any skill now? I imagine not, but because I don't think it did in Dragonflight. I wish it did. We're gonna have to fill our bag with all of the stuff to disenchant.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Oh, Mediva in the chat. That's very kind of you. Welcome to the stream. I don't tend to use my stream name on Discord, but I appreciate the interest. Right, let's pull all of the greens out at least. To start with. See if that gives us any skill. Take these because I don't know if I can disenchant cosmetics, but we'll try. Okay.
My directive has been fulfilled.
I was just stood at the enchanter's lectern. Where is it? There we go. That is just gems. So for the enchanting process, we need to just start breaking stuff down.
I can't use that.
Damn. I was hoping I could disenchant them, because otherwise they're just kind of sat there and not selling on the auction house. I'm going to put my disenchant on a bloody hotkey, because otherwise I'll be doing it all the time. Does increase my enchanting. That is very nice. Oh, I need to make sure I'm collecting the appearances. Whoops. At least I remember to do that now. Again, I'll need to go do the blues and purples at some point. So that'll give me more than just storm dust, I'd wager. Unless I'm getting really unlucky. It seems as though I need to do higher quality stuff for that, but we'll see what can be managed with storm dust for now and getting the skill up. Okay, it's level 20 on it. Ooh. knowledge. Take it. Go. Bit of knowledge as well. That gets me up to 23, not quite there. That's not guaranteeing me a skill point either. Might as well just disenchant everything I've got, to be perfectly honest. I'm not that bothered about gearing people up, and there are other ways to do it. The catch-up gear is only going to get faster as an expansion goes on. Sure, this will upset a number of people being like, but you've epics and blues, and why on earth would you disenchant this all? We have to get the material somehow.
My thanks for your patronage.
And that clears up that slot so we can start filling it again.
Return and...
Make sure I collect all the appearances. Piece by piece. There we go. Then start breaking it. Right, that gives me my weekly stuff. Oh. Is enchanting not a crafting order type thing?
We are the Titan's bedrock and foundation. Work cycle interrupted.
Ooh, it's just a big knowledge bump. Okay, and they don't want me running over to the other one. What is that? Silver Donegal Rod. More enchanting knowledge. Very nice. Probably want to do whichever one gives me more material through disenchanting, so that's most of what we'll be doing. What would you like? Collect one refulgent crystal and deliver it.
We will continue speaking later. Resuming work cycle.
Okay, so it's something specifically for it's an epic one, so I'm a little hesitant to do so, but there we are.
Do you have a query?
Ah, now you can trade me and stuff. And 30 through 55.
Return if you wish to speak again.
have an extended supply of goods for outlanders.
As well make the crafting item I need for myself.
My directive is to serve you.
Oh, that's the weapon enchant we've been using. We're using for PvP a lot. Seems like a lot of material, and again, if we want to get it up to the higher levels for it to actually be useful to people. And then rather than just enchanting weapons themselves,
I have calibrated my
you can use
prices
vellum
be
to do that.
reasonable.
And that's how you put them on the auction house, I learnt in Dragonflight. Does it count as a reagent, which is silly.
My directive
Let's have a look
has
at the
been
specialization.
fulfilled.
Supplementary shattering. Specialise in the shattering of magical essences of Khazalgar, gleaning fleeting but increasingly potent crafting bonuses from the magic. Your studies will also benefit your concentration. Shatter essences, multi-craft. Okay. Designated disenchanter. This seems to be the most useful one. Maximising the quality of reagents when destroying items, increasing the quantity, locking the ability to extract magical essence when disenchanting epics. Ooh, I'm glad I waited. Increase the quantity of storm dust and gleaming shards while disenchanting. That's probably what we want. Master the art of magical mattresses and formulas that permanently improve equipment. Hang on, I didn't even look at the other ones first. This one is all buffing concentration and adding small passive bonuses. Okay, not really bothered by that one. Sub-specializations. More storm dust. It's focusing on the rares. And then focusing on the epic ones. I mean, we probably want a gun for the epic one first. Have a look at the other. Specific Arathi enchantments. Learn the authority of fire resolve, fiery resolve. Again, just tell me what it is, please. Defender's March is that popular PvP one we used on boots. I say popular, I wouldn't know, but feels like it would be. That's the other weapon one. Okay, these are the ones that'd make you money on the auction house if you max these all out. And what's the other one? Ephemerals, enrichment and equipment. The art of temporary illusions, equipment, regents, and mana oils. Again, the temporary illusions seem really pointless. Like half an hour of having some fireballs on your shoulders seems dumb when you could just make it a permanent transmoggable thing. So I don't understand the temporary stuff. I don't understand what the appeal is there. If anyone uses them, let me know. Like, are you buying a load of these every day to keep your shoulders on fire? Like, what's the purpose? Lethal glamours of the Horde and Alliance. What does that mean? Weapon oils. Concentration, concentrate formula. That seems silly. That's crafting wands. And my own profession equipment. We'll be going for the disenchanting one. Push towards the epic. It's not like we're going to have many of those to do, but we'll get there eventually. Start with the blues first, see if I get any more knowledge on his way through. That new rod's pretty hefty on the side. A police cudgel. Should try and do an epic to hit that one gem. Yep. And I think once you hand the weekly in, you can get more
Resuming work cycle.
of the knowledge. And you can find more of it, I believe I saw. Will just require getting lucky. Wish there was a way to queue up disenchanting. Like I could select multiple items at once and just have the process go. If I wanted to make some money, I'm sure I could just put some of these things on the auction house, like the different crafting materials, but I do want to actually try and craft some stuff over time, you know? Feels like everyone apart from engineers can more easily get on with it, but for engineers to have to go and farm that stuff, especially if you were just jumping on and trying one like we're doing, just to access your weeklies and stuff seems really unfair. The fact they're soulbound as well, like it's not like you make all of these soulbound, disenchanted and stuff like that, so why do so for the engineering stuff? I don't understand it. Storm Dust I actually need to put on. Oh, that was classic enchanting for some reason. I put those in my normal bank. And then the Storm Dust is used by inscription, so I need to put that in the main bank as well if I can. That's that handed in. I don't actually need to go through and make other stuff necessarily, other than the first craft bonus, which we're not there yet. It'll just keep doing the weeklies at that point.
I have an extended supply of goods for outlanders.
No, no. I don't need that. All the goddamn conches. Great.
My thanks.
Might as well slap the cosmetics on the auction house and see if they actually sell for once.
My directive is to serve you. Return.
Just because the knowledge is a little more important on the enchanter. Just through what disenchanting is, I'm just going to pick up.
Do not loiter.
200 there.
About you.
Gives me back a little bit, but not a lot. Should have done that first before I disenchanted all those epics. Right, at least that's Mogra sorted though. Which just leaves our very upset engineer. Back to outside the waterworks then, I guess. Again, we have to keep an eye out for wax piles as well. Based on Mac's advice from earlier, if we want to grab more of this scrap. But if it's mainly off killing enemies and killing humanoid enemies specifically, I assume. Seems a big pile of kobolds is probably the easiest way to go. It's just going to be a little mind-numbing. It's been an interesting day of learning so far. I think most of the professions, there is that really big element of there is a lot to learn and consider here. And if you're ever doing more than a single one, it's going to get a bit messy. Just in trying to consider. Like, there's lots of different things to consider. And how much of it actually remains relevant after an expansion is done, I think is one of the biggest sore points for me. I want to go through and get the stuff that works for transmog, because that's evergreen. That's going to work regardless of where we're at on an expansion cycle. But so much of that becomes useless at that point. I think they really need to consider what can be done to make these things more evergreen. Or at the very least to explain to players how to get them. Like, I know I vaguely get, like, fractured sparks as I go, as I play. I'm getting them sometimes, right? I don't know how that's going to work when the expansion ends. And the fact they're all soul-bound is just infuriating. Trying to do this kind of process. Trying to get all the alts involved. And I'm sure the folks who have been, like, crafting has been their thing from day one of the expansion, that's how they mainly play, have all this down. You know, there are people who work the auction house, and that is how they play WoW, start to finish. If it gets to the point of things being evergreen, or at the very least if they do that kind of thing with player housing, which I would really hope, I think it would be very foolish of them not to. Then I'll take a bit more of an active approach to it, especially on my main. Rather than just occasionally picking up bits of transmog I may or may not craft one day. To actually get into it proper. What am I looking for? I'm looking for holes in the ground. Doing the objective doesn't really matter when I'm just going to be here killing more kobolds anyway, but I want to get the objective out of the way first. More scraps. 14 does not seem like a lot. As Mac was saying earlier, this might well take a while. There's a hole. So many explosions. Alright, the rust is it's adding up here. These kobolds, it's adding up. Seems like a good spot for it. There's a lot of them very close together. It sounds like Night Elf getting wailed on repeatedly. Very upset. Been through a lot, my Death Knight. Guess that's my little headcanon for her. Could never decide if she was there at the burning of Teldrassil and then became a Death Knight, or if it was Death Knight first, then got burned by the tree anyway, and then somehow got Night Warrior eyes. Oh, an easy mine. Can't believe it. I'm rushing towards one with joy. Slime. Hit them with the pick. There's still no point overloading the damn thing, because I'm not going to be able to get it in time. Ooh, gave me 10 though. And thank you again, Matt. Is there any wax around here? Before I just sit here and farm kobolds ad nauseum, I'm going to do a quick fly around to see if I can grab a couple more of them easy ones, and just to see how much I'd get out of a wax pile. Come on, be kind. 16 of them there. Okay, this seems like the way to really farm them, outside of just murdering kobolds ad nauseum. Again, though, that's very much luck of the draw. Just want to try a couple of wax
Our
piles.
miners still have problems in the rumbling wastes. Clear out those garden and recover what you can.
Oh, it's just one of those gems. Sure, I can do a world quest as we go. Why not? The problem with Death Knights is always having to go back and to add runes onto your weapons. Unless they change that, right? I can't just rune smith out here. Nope, it still requires a rune forge, which means going back to your little setup zone. It's just a little annoyance. Like, whenever I upgrade my gear, then I have to go and do that. But you don't upgrade your gear all the time, so it's not horrendous. It's a little annoying.
I don't have a target.
Crap. Get over here. Ooh, the sound on Frostside is pretty nice as well these days. Now, unlike the kobolds, these have dropped absolutely no scrap at all so far. I like that Frost has so much kind of shooting out from it. I've always enjoyed Frost. It's always been my favourite. In Remix, Blood really won me over. with just how well it sounded and felt to play. But I've always liked the explosive silliness of Frost. All those ice sound effects are very nice.
I need to get closer.
I always try and picture the Foley artists just going to an ice field somewhere or picking up loads of ice and just chucking it on the ground, having a great time. Making sure they don't destroy a microphone in the process. And that was always a side of like game design and just design in general. How on earth does one get to be a Foley artist? Where do you put your portfolio? So I found all these things in my kitchen. I started throwing them against the ground. I started banging them on the floor. I started using spoons on pans. I wonder how that process starts. Where on earth could you cut your teeth? How do you stand out to others who would then start, assumably, just banging stuff around their kitchens as well? Okay, I was hoping you'd drop a bit of scrap, but you did not. None from the Scaradin. So I'm not going to go and kill more of them. What about the ones over by here? This other... The candles up there. These might both be avenues that give me a little more. Still like to find some wax. Oh, this little treasure chest. Max said treasure chests. Where's this web knapsack? Can't see it. Get out of my way, wax creature. I'm busy. Down where, game? A cave nearby? Can't remember. Not an underwater one, that's for sure. Under on this side? Ah, there is a little cave. Can't imagine these spiders and things have much in the way of junk piles on them. I'd be very surprised if they did. No, of course not. But does this little knapsack? No, just cobalt junk. I imagine then it's the treasure chests that can spawn randomly, not the set ones, but the ones that can just appear from time to time. Like that pile of refuse up there. Thank you, Cobalt. Ah, the refuse piles do indeed. This is a set one, so this one won't. That's a decent chunk of XP, by the way. Outside the waterworks, this might be a good spot for farming them. Heading over to that disturbed earth. Free little kobolds. Give me your junk. Ooh, some engineering knowledge. Not that I can do much with it yet. Don't you bonk me, you cheeky beggar. Right, let's have a look at this wax pile. Yes, that gives us a bit. Then even more knowledge. Okay. Down here. Cool, come help me. Be of use. You know Manfred, but you'll do. No rubbish from them. Disgraceful. Get on to the world quest one. Oh, hang on. That's a cobalt rare. Maybe a cobalt rare will give me more junk. Hang on, where is he? Is he flying? Ah. You. Pay attention to me. Oh no. Mistakes have been made. Fortitude, that one, that one. Dragon breath. Sorted. I got 4. It's still better than 0. Gross. None that.
It is too far away.
I seem to be able to get away with pulling quite a lot, so I'm going to. Death Knights are just very sustainable. Cobalts here don't seem to be dropping any. For some reason.
I need to get
Maybe I've just gotten unlucky. Right, spider, be friends. Oh no, that one dropped one. Not as many here,
I need to get closer.
as far as I can tell.
I'm out of range.
Well, for now, we just keep a murdering. That one dropped 5 by itself. Seemingly no reason. I feel like engineers must have been going mad this expansion. This is crazy. Again, though, if you're leveling one up, and like that is your main, and you're doing your world quests, your side quests, your dungeons, at that point, you'll have been grabbing this kind of stuff throughout your entire expansion experience. Even if it's not every zone or every mob, you will have been gathering more of it. I grab there. That enchanting thing I can slap in the bank. The inventing just takes so many as well. It's 25 a time. That's not a small amount. We've barely got 70 of the damn things. Easy or how the tide has turned. Oh, that one's deaf, but I got some. You can choose it or talent. Let's have a gander. Somewhere where I'm not going to get attacked by spiders. So we can either be a death bringer, an emissary of death, aim for the soul of your enemies and attacks empowered by Shadowlands and remind them of the inevitable. Or ride through the apocalypse. The more popular choice, the one I've seen all over the place, where you call forth the power of the legendary Four Horsemen for aid, tap into the powers of death, famine, and disease. Really cool. Lets you be mounted in combat. You get these four from the history of the game, from the Death Knight Order Hall. Awesome stuff. It's not the vibe I'm going for. While outdoors, you can mount your Death Charger in combat. Isn't that awesome? It's really cool. It's just the whole mounted combat thing is not what I'm going for. Like, it's not my fantasy. But again, it's really cool. So what's the other one then? Reaper's Mark. Viciously slice into the soul of your enemy, dealing shadow frost damage and applying a mark. And each time you deal shadow or frost damage, add a stack. After 12 seconds or 40 marks, it explodes, dealing damage. Then it travels to an unmarked enemy. If the target dies or explodes, there are no... or when there are no enemies to travel to. Cannot occur on a target for 3 minutes after happening again. Okay, so you can't max do it on bosses. Causes bursts. Second Scythe of Exterminate. Which one's Exterminate? That's Obliterate. Hang on a minute. Oh! Right, okay. Okay. Ooh. That's pretty cool. What interacts with Soul Reaver? Getting Killing Machine started at the, beginning of a fight using that's pretty cool. But the idea of having Soul Reaper actually be able to put into my rotation rather than just an execute is pretty interesting. Interesting. "15-second cooldown reduces how it's empowered, though." After it explodes, your next 2 obliterates cost 1, summon 2 scythes to strike your enemy. See, that seems pretty cool to me. Okay, so instead of 2, it would make 1 every 30 seconds. What does that add up math-wise? I'm not sure. But Deathbringer is certainly the one I will be going for. Okay.
I don't have a target.
Swap these 2 round.
I need a target.
Yes, I would like to find a target just to see what it does. Hello, spider. Oh. Not really that flashy, you just kind of backhand them with it. Okay. Question is, how much skill will I be able to actually level up at the moment with what I've got? Doesn't feel like a lot. Like 2 invents, that seems absolutely garbage. Let's have a gander, see if we can at least get it up to 25. I don't want to spend another hour just murdering in the waterworks. And if this is something that requires such farming, maybe it's something if I feel inclined to do on a weekend. Or just do a full stream of we are engineering scrap farming in the waterworks. We're just going to spend 3 hours killing kobolds. Feels like a lot. Where was the engineering station? I believe it's in the forge. Ah yes, there we go. How about you, trainer? Can you help?
The coreway must be protected.
Oh, I just use more scrap for parts. Use more scrap. You have 3. I don't know what this is used for, so I'm just going to buy 50 of them.
My directive has been fulfilled.
Let's create 1 gear as a first cast. The fact you need this pile of scrap to craft stuff as well as your bolts and your gears and all that is mind-blowing. New recipe, handful of bolts. Okay. I like the idea of you get these junk versions and then you're like, ah, I can make this. That's really cool. Okay, so between these, which one's going to help me the most? That's a bloody nullstone. These are all parts to craft the other bits. The bismuth bolts is going to be the easiest one, so let's go with this until it goes yellow. Gone yellow.
Do you have
Drain it, what can you do, mate? More pilfering. And an engineering tool. We should probably make that.
Return if you wish to speak again.
Requires whimsical wiring. Exploit a small earthen golem to allow you and fellow adventurers to repair. Oh. Cool, it's a little repair bot. And he sells some of the scrap. So should I make and summon these all the time, just in case they sell scrap? Or is it only the once? I don't know.
I'm out of range.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Fascinating.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
Oh. I can go through old stuff to find the scrap. Where did I even get the old stuff? I've got some classic stuff in here, some Dragonfire Isle stuff. That's useful. That's only useful to a player who's sat on a load of that. I mean, I'll take it. It's something to help. That's useful. I don't even know why I have foreign widgets, but I'll take them. And then we can do that on our own bolts as well if needs be. How many does that give me at a time though? Just the one. Alright. Let's do each of these once then. I'll make one of these chaos circuits because bloody null stones. Does that put me at 22? More safety switches.
Speak and be heard.
Gun! And then goggles. Is it always a really stubby gun? Which I can make, apparently. Red goggles. Also red goggles. Also red goggles. It's just based on what armor I'm wearing. Which one's plate? Sure, it's an upgrade. Might as well. Oh, and that bumps the level requirement. Nah, I'd rather just do the ones I can wear now.
We will continue speaking later.
Okay.
My thanks for your patronage.
Find it silly that my Death Knight ends up being the engineer. I know, there's a little bit of quirk of storytelling there. Right, let's go and pick up our crafting orders, and hopefully they don't require me to do anything with scrap.
The coreway must be protected.
Hold your head high.
My thanks for your patronage.
And you're putting engineering satchels specifically.
Return if you wish to speak again.
She gave me ore more than anything else. I wish it had given me... Oh, it did! It gave me 75 rusty scrap bits. Nice! Thank you, Roldera. That's very kind of you. It's a bump.
Communication.
It really discourages me from wanting to invent stuff, though, you know? Like, that takes so many of that junk resource. Feels like I shouldn't be using it willy-nilly.
The winds guide you.
2 orders for engineering. Okay, what specializations we've got as well.
Target.
Wait, dragon. Alright. Engineered equipment to create marvels of Algari engineering to be utilised in both combat and trade skills alike. Skill bonus from crafting them. Use the bonus bits. New combat and profession equipment. An Acrite-fueled semaphage. Impressive tool for engineers like you. So you say, game, but I'd like a preview. Oh, use more of your spare parts to put on guns and stuff. Okay, this is more guns and making them better. Bracers is an interesting one. Goggles and other equipment. Goggles again. Devices. Specialise in the complexities of your own devices to use them with minimal risk to your own well-being and maximise risk to the well-being of your foes. Become confident in handling, master an undisclosed technique to retain explosives despite their obvious explosions. Your ability to craft trinkets, explosives and other devices. Often gets scrap. Ooh. Using tinkers has a chance to grant scrap. What is a tinker? Or does that just mean any of these tinkers essentials? Guess? Again, very unclear game. Alright, inventing. Specialise in the science of destructive construction to improve your ability to invent new gadgets and your technique with engineering generally. So this might be the one for toys, which some of the Dragonflight toys, like changing what race and class you were, well not class, but like your race appearance and stuff by walking through a little portal, seemed really cool. Whenever you invent, you may acquire hastily scribbled notes, piles of rusted scrap, and spare parts to put towards other inventions. I like that. Okay, that's more stat. We now find lost toys from the Dragon Isles. When you... Ooh! That's pretty good. Maximum scrap increase, maximum scrap increase. This seems necessary. We also have certain refurbished trinkets from the Dragon Isles. These trinkets have been reconfigured. We work with modern equipment. Interesting. Pilfer, you recover. Opponents to craft a crowd pummeler, whatever that is. Crafting parts can now result in spare scrap. You never know when that might come in handy. What else have we got? Learn to create an overclocked cogwheel. It's a rated cogwheel. An adjustable cogwheel. And an impeccable cobwheel. Silly game. Well, the scrapper thing's probably what I want then. Again, the inventing and making new stuff is pretty good. So now if I scour through scrap. I'm hoping to find one game. Come on, give me one dragonflight thing. I should do this after.
What is your command?
After I do some orders. That's acuity. One knowledge. One knowledge again. Oh, thank God they're supplying the scrap. One knowledge. Two knowledge. I need 2 whimsical wirings. Oh, I got a load multi-crafted. Whoops. I'll take it. Lovely. That's a 2 as well. They're providing the scrap. Well, that's just very nice. That will help a lot, actually. If they, for the orders, give you the scrap, that helps an awful lot. I still want to see if I get Dragonflight thing. I think that'd be really cool. Don't want to use all up the scrap, though. Do one invent. Because I haven't done it yet. Inject a medicinal frostfire formula into your veins, instantly healing you from a jolt of frost. To prevent summon hypothermia, you will then burn for 30% of the amount healed. Shares a cooldown with healing potions. Silly. You can disassemble inventions. Do I need to use the invention, though, to trigger something? You must choose what to do with your current prototype before identifying new ones. So, I'm already at full health. How to not be at full health. So I have to use the prototype to then learn how to craft it, I'm guessing. And this is how we not be at full health. I may have judged that a little misjudged it just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Oh dear. Who would have thought a profession day would be so dangerous? Right, this height. There we go. Right, and that indeed gives me the item I can seek. A unique equipped. Oh, you get it on your little tinkering. Not 30% of your health, 30% of the damage healed. I can't believe it. Thank goodness my night elf is a death knight and is used to this process. Until I thought it got better for alchemists not blowing themselves up. Here I find engineering is an absolute hellscape. Okay, so now I check another prototype. Summons a possibility projector configured to satisfy the needs of a crafting table. Ooh. That seems pretty useful. I can make a toy of that, or however it works. No, it requires engineering to use. Only one workbench can be displayed at a time, can only be changed by the engineer. How on earth do I pick which one then? I guess if this was a toy it'd be broken. Okay, what's my other invention then? Oh, drill that digs for battleground boss? I need to be in war mode and fighting outside. These are really interesting by the fact they have loads of different little requirements. We can do that though, is slap on war mode, we can fly outside and get attacked by a sheep. Just anything that'll
With
fight
an
you.
empty
Come here.
stomach, A Ramolith has one directive: to eat. Help guide this one's hunger
Go, Drill.
into a constructive activity.
Drill. Oh,
Have a target.
gave me like a healing chest. I mean, hard to see it being useful in an actual fight, but I guess if you're doing your war mode world quests out and about, you can do something with that. Like, it's not useless. Alright. Let's go hand in this weekly, and that's a brief look at all the other different professions. It took a little longer than I was expecting, but it's intriguing. Again, my main concerns with this system, and they're some of the same concerns I had in Dragonflight. They don't transfer very well between expansions.
Supply of goods for
It is a
Outlanders.
little unintuitive in terms of trying to understand and learn it at all.
Return.
Like, it's just really confusing. And so much of it needs more explaining. Like, if I'm a new player, I'm hovering all those bits. I shouldn't have to be like, right, to learn what these different things do at the bottom, like what is an impeccable cogwheel. I shouldn't then be like, well, if I really want to know if I should commit to this, I'm Googling it, and at that point, then you're looking at guides and getting told where to go. It lacks a lot of agency for the player when you can't pick or see what your picking's actually getting you. Like, some of them, this has more details, but when it's like, create this item, I can infer that this one is a gun, because it says it's an impressive gun, but I can't like control click, I can't shift click, I can't see the specifics. And especially for the more innocuous stuff, like we've seen on some of the different professions today, like the enchanting ones have such silly names that it's like, right, well, I don't know what a burning soul thingamabob is going to do for me, or if it's worth getting. Other than, again, Googling it or trying to find it in the auction house. It just needs to tell you then and there, I think, would be the biggest boon for that.
May the eternal sun
There's a bit more. Give me that scrap. God, we go and buy the other book from the consortium.
We will have justice.
More scrap. Delicious. I think with that, though, we will call it for the day. For the profession stream. Maybe try and do one of these a week as well, just to change things up a little bit, keep everyone's knowledge growing, get these weeklies done. It shouldn't take as long in following weeks, to be fair. Thank you very much for watching. Those who've come along live and those who'll watch later, cheers for giving me your time. Enjoyed yourselves, hit that like button to help push these videos through the algorithm so more folks can come hang out, join us, play games together and all that good stuff. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. On the weekdays at 9 AM, we're here with World of Warcraft, and on the weekends at 6 PM, not on the weekends, on the weekdays 6 PM, we're here with other games. Still currently going through Dragon Age the Veilguard, with more stuff on the horizon in my backlog, and bigger games coming in February. And you can find playlists to all the stuff we've already covered right here on the channel to binge to your heart's content. So until next time folks, much love, take care, and bye bye.